This is ppc.zone August 2025, Advancing Through Automation. I'm your host, Jill Saskin-Gales. I use the pronouns she and her. I'm a Google Ads coach, an ex-Googler, and the founder of the Inside Google Ads course, podcast, and book. I created PPC Zone in 2022 to elevate new perspectives and insights in our industry. If you're watching rather than listening, you can see I have this very snazzy t-shirt on right now that shows that I am Team Automation all the way in Google Ads. This is one of 4 t-shirt designs you can now purchase from my merch store at jill.ca/merch, and all proceeds from shirt sales help us keep PPC Zone free and accessible to all. So after this live stream or after this recording, head on over to jyll.ca/merch to treat yourself to a little something Google Ads inspired. First up in the zone today is a search marketing advisor who helps in-house teams, agencies, and founders drive profitable growth with Google Ads. Today, she's here to tell us about a very timely topic, reaching customers in Google's AI search experience. It is with great pleasure that I introduce you to Heidi Sturrock. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you very, very much, Jill. It is a pleasure to be here. Let's go through some exciting information that I think is on everyone's mind in the industry. We're going to talk about how you can leverage Google Ads and AI overviews. So this presentation will give you a nice little practical guide and maybe some tips you can take back to your internal teams or your own campaigns and get ready for the next chapter of search. So let's begin. Okay, so let's first begin by understanding what Google's AI experiences currently are. So right now we have 2 of them. We have AI mode and we have AI overviews. So AI mode, let's start there. AI mode is really going to be that interactive piece of the AI experience with Google, where you are essentially interacting with the chatbot, and it's going to take you through the journey of discovery from what you are inputting down to the final answer that you seek. So that's the first, isolated tab, isolated experience outside of the search results. It is going to do a great job of discovery. AI overviews, on the other hand, those are going to be integrated into the current search experience. Many of you have already interacted with them and have different opinions on the various degrees of accuracy, but nonetheless, they are embedded in the main search results. Unlike AI mode, they are non-conversational. They give you direct answers. And really, the entire goal of an AI overview is to provide information to the user more efficiently and quicker than having to click into other websites. So that'll be a little bit different. Now, within both of these, there are going to be various opportunities that will allow you to show advertising. Now, some of that has not been rolled out yet to the full extent that we will see in the next 6 months to a year, but let's get started on what is available now and how we can prepare for that future. Okay, so let's take a look. The new landscape in AI overviews, I think we talked about this. We have the new placements, which we will talk about in a minute, that you will be eligible to show if you do have an account with eligible formats, and those will be across most of the existing ad formats you know and love today. More about that in a minute. The current rollout right now, it's available in English in the US on mobile and desktop devices. And the ads, while the AI overviews are available in many more markets, the ads themselves are going to be rolled out slowly into other English-speaking countries soon. So let's talk about who's automatically eligible, because right now, if you're running certain campaign types, you don't have to do much. So existing search campaigns, your shopping campaigns, performance max campaigns, AI Max for Search, which is currently in beta. Many of you have already started testing and using it, and your local and app campaigns. Now, there's some interesting criteria that Google has laid out so that when you do engage in a search campaign, your keyword match type will impact eligibilities of where you show up. So let's look at what that looks like. So remember what I said earlier, when we have these AI experiences and the ability to serve ads in them, Google is going to look at two different types of matching criteria. One, the user search query, so the keyword that you put in or the prompt that you give the AI mode. And it's basically going to be looking for the Google ad server is going to really be looking for what the search query or what the match type you have in your account is. So if you have broad match keywords, those are required for ads to appear within AI overviews. And if you have exact match keywords, those are prioritized for above or below the AI overview. And when you have, we all know how the auction can work when you have competing match types in an account. When you have broad match keywords and exact match keywords that are both eligible to be shown, the exact match keywords are going to be prioritized for the above and below placement. So you want to have a good mix of those. Probably definitely lead with those broad match keywords so that you can actually appear within the AI overview. The second part of the matching criteria, the AI summaries content. So, it's going to really take a look at the context in which Google can match your ad with the intent of the user. So, bottom line, you're going to need a few different elements working for you to be shown here. So let's talk about some practical implementation tips. So AI-powered targeting. If you are a user, a Google Ads advertiser who has been reluctant to sort of adopt some of the AI first campaign types like AI Max for search or broad match, it's not a campaign type, but some of the features in Google Ads like AI Max for search or broad match keywords or maybe PMax, you're going to want to make sure that you're at least testing out some of those features to really give you a fair shot at allowing the Google Ads system to at least consider your brand or business for these placements. And then, of course, we go down to smart bidding, right? Smart bidding is going to be one of the most flexible bidding types right now that will allow the algorithm that room it needs to determine if your account should be showing an ad during that time. So, of course, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value with or without a target. But if you're still stuck on manual CPC bidding, the algorithm is going to have struggle a little bit, maybe, even if you do have strong signals in other areas to get those ads in. So let's talk about creative and content optimization. First, start with our responsive search ads. So think about how that system, earlier what we talked about, how that system is really going to go in and determine, is this a good ad to show in an AI overview? It's going to take a look at your ad copy. It's going to take a look at a few other things too, but let's start with the responsive search ads. So, when you consider who and what you might be prompting the AI overviews with, it might be a question, right? So many people are starting to craft responsive search ads that include question formats for their headlines to try to seem more relevant to the prompts to be included in them. Another thing that we want to be aware of, we want to avoid excessive headline pinning. And the reason why is when you pin a headline, you essentially force the system to show that in a certain position that you have asked it to. When AI has the flexibility to consider all of your headlines against a specific prompt or search you're eligible to show in, you want to give it as many choices as possible. So avoid those excessive pinning. And then again, the strong calls to action, the benefit-based copy, that's all going to align with the types of prompts and searches that the AI overviews are going to use, and then therefore prioritize different ads for. Landing pages, this is going to be a big one. So we can fiddle with responsive search ad copy all we want, but I do believe the landing pages are going to be the biggest heavy hitters in your arsenal of tools here. So, lots of info going on right now, and how to hack the system to be shown in ChatGPT and all that fun stuff. And while there's some various degrees of truth to what people are publishing, I think right now the standard stance is from the community that old-fashioned great SEO practices are really where to start. So if you're not even there, right, that's probably where you want to start to take a look. Your landing pages. Do they directly answer the query with clear content, right? Another thing, facts and schema going to be super important, just like in regular SEO. So essentially, understand that Google's going to be crawling these pages and essentially applying, the relevancy factor there, just like it would in a normal SEO. So get your landing pages in order. Product feeds, again, fresh product information updated, keep in mind, get those product feeds matched with as much information as possible that all the fields do allow you to provide to Google. You want to update the pricing, promos, high quality visuals, which have never been easier to do now in GMC. And then, of course, negative keywords, right? So with AI, everyone knows this who has tested AI Max for search or any sort of broad match targeting or any sort of automated targeting, that there does need to be a robust negative keyword list applied. So that allows us to filter out those irrelevant terms. Monitoring and measurement, let's take a look at that. So unfortunately right now, and it's also kind of exciting to think about, there's not a ton out there yet. That's probably going to change in the next few months, 6 months to a year. We're probably, hopefully, going to have a lot more robust ways to measure and see how these ads and AI experiences are performing for these companies and brands. So, right now, here's what we got, folks. Standard reporting is basically what's available. There is information out there from Google that says if you do see, the top impression clicks and search reports, that's going to be where our AI overviews will appear. So there's that. Search term analysis, along a lot of what Google and a lot of what some of the industry experts out there are saying is that there are going to be predominantly those longer tail types of keywords, the question style queries. Those are going to probably indicate an AI-driven discovery. And then position metrics. So top versus absolute top metrics. That's going to help you understand visibility shifts as AI overviews do push those organic results a little bit further down the page. Okay, so creative and content optimization for RSAs. Basically, again, diverse and comprehensive assets. You want those contextual and conversational copy points. You want that landing page alignment. I can't stress that enough. So important. And then you want that strategic and spared pinning of headlines. So comprehensive action plan here, your campaign setup. You want to enable those PMAX campaigns. You want to make sure they have a wide variety of assets, because those AI overviews, those ads that'll be eligible to show in those and also in AI mode, they're going to be using a lot of different types of assets down the line. So this could include video, images, not just simple text. So get those nice and set up in your account. Again, we're going to have to fool around with some broad match keyword targeting to some degree. You can do that in a very safe way for many of your accounts, but keep in mind when you're pitching clients or into your own internal teams, this is the way forward to be shown within those actual AI overviews. Creative optimization, high volume of assets. You're really giving Google more choices, which means more chances for you to show up in these placements. And then ongoing management. This is the tough part, folks, and I know it's hard for us to hear, but right now there's not a ton of info to discern how, when, and where these specific ads are showing, but you can monitor those new search terms regularly, look for those long tail keywords, look for those question-based inquiries. You want to track shifts and traffic patterns, so those top placements, and then, keep in mind, try to shift always to value-based bidding if you can, or, our AI-driven bid strategies if you can, to allow the algorithm to be more flexible. And then, as always, stay current with Google's AI updates. You could do that with a pp.zone podcast. You could do that with Google Marketing Live. All of these resources are available to you. So I think we've talked a lot about for this already, but keep in mind, AI overviews are live and 100% auction driven. So you can't buy your way in, you earn it with relevance. So all those typical signals that we know and love and sometimes struggle with Google Ads are going to be the same signals that the AI overviews and the AI mode are going to use to determine. So be wary of the, little hacks out there online. So anyway, thank you very, very, very much. I hope you found this valuable. If you want to continue the conversation, I am always excited to learn from you. So what are you testing? What are you seeing? I'd love to hear your insights and experiments. So connect with me, Heidi Sturrock, on LinkedIn. Would love to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Heidi, for sharing your unique perspective and insights with us in the zone. You said more choices means more chances, and I'm going to quote you on that going forward. I think it's a great way to think about kind of the argument for why embracing automation, going broader than may feel comfortable, is worth it to appear in AI. So thank you so much. If you want to connect with Heidi, you can find her on LinkedIn, Heidi Sturrock. Our next event will be on October 1st, 2025 at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to apply to speak at an upcoming event, you can do so on our website at ppc.zone. I'm your host, Jill Saskin-Gales. You can follow me on LinkedIn to stay up to date on future events. And you can buy your very own Google Ads Inspire t-shirt like mine, if you so please, at jill.ca/merch. Thank you for supporting our mission to elevate new perspectives and insights in our industry. I look forward to seeing you next time in the zone.